As many fans already know, there was a period when it sounded like Denzel Washington might be slowing down his career and stepping away from some of his biggest franchises. A lot of people even assumed that his days as Robert McCall in the Equalizer series were finished. But those retirement rumors turned out to be far from the full story. In fact, Washington has recently made it clear that he isn't quite done with the character yet, and that revelation has completely changed the conversation surrounding the future of the franchise. During an appearance on the Empire podcast, Washington was asked whether he would ever consider returning to play Robert McCall again. Instead of giving a direct answer, he responded with a memorable silent stare that left everyone guessing. At the time, fans didn't know what to make of it because it could have meant anything, but now it seems that moment was hiding a much bigger surprise. Not long afterward, Washington spoke with Esquire and delivered the kind of update that Equalizer fans have been hoping to hear. Rather than simply teasing another sequel, he revealed that he plans to return for not just one more movie, but two. According to Washington, the Equalizer 4 and 5 are both moving forward. That announcement immediately sparked excitement because many people believed the Equalizer 3 had brought Robert McCall's journey to a definitive end. The success of the franchise certainly helps explain why there is interest in continuing. The second and third films earned close to $400 million combined at the global box office, which is an impressive achievement for an action series built around a mature lead character. Audiences have consistently shown up to watch McCall deliver justice in his own unique way, and the movies have built a loyal fan base over the years because of that. What makes this development especially surprising is that the Equalizer 3 genuinely felt like a farewell chapter. The film allowed McCall to finally find some peace after years of violence and sacrifice. Instead of ending with a major cliffhanger or teasing another mission, it gave him a satisfying conclusion. He settled into a quieter life and appeared ready to leave his dangerous past behind. Because of that, many viewers walked away believing that the story had reached its natural endpoint. But sometimes audience demand changes everything. Washington himself acknowledged that people simply love these movies. He explained that fans enjoy seeing McCall take down criminals who seem impossible to stop. There's something universally appealing about watching a character stand up for ordinary people when nobody else can. That connection with audiences appears to be one of the biggest reasons Washington is willing to return. What is encouraging is that Washington doesn't sound like someone who is reluctantly revisiting an old role. Instead, he seems genuinely enthusiastic about playing McCall again. He has spoken about realizing that the movies mean a lot not only to audiences, but also to him personally. That enthusiasm matters because it suggests these potential sequels are being approached with energy and passion rather than simply existing for commercial reasons. At the moment, there are still plenty of unanswered questions. Neither director Antoine Fuqua nor Sony has officially provided extensive details regarding the next installments. Nobody knows exactly what the stories will focus on, who might join the cast, or whether Fuqua himself will return to direct. Still, Washington's confidence has made fans optimistic. When the franchise's biggest star publicly says more movies are coming, it naturally carries a lot of weight. It isn't difficult to imagine these films becoming reality. The Equalizer series has remained remarkably popular because it offers a different style of action compared to many modern franchises. Robert McCall isn't a superhero, and he isn't a larger-than-life secret agent saving the world. He's a man using his intelligence, experience, and determination to help people who have nowhere else to turn. That grounded approach has helped the series stand out. Although some critics argue that the Equalizer 3 already delivered the perfect ending, that doesn't necessarily mean another chapter can't work. Plenty of beloved franchises have returned after seemingly reaching a conclusion. The key is finding a compelling reason for the character to step back into action. If the filmmakers can create a story that feels meaningful rather than repetitive, audiences will likely embrace another adventure. Screenwriter Richard Wenk has previously discussed the possibility of continuing the franchise. He even mentioned an idea involving the phrase "unfinished business." While he didn't provide many specific details, the concept itself is intriguing because it opens the door to unresolved elements from McCall's past. There are a bunch of characters and storylines from earlier movies that could potentially be revisited if the writers choose that direction. Even though Wenk has acknowledged that McCall's personal arc felt complete after the third film, He has also expressed openness to returning if the right idea comes along. That flexibility is important because successful sequels often emerge from finding a fresh angle rather than simply repeating what worked before. One possibility is that the next movie could explore consequences from McCall's earlier missions. Throughout the trilogy, he has crossed paths with countless dangerous individuals and organizations. It wouldn't be difficult to imagine a powerful enemy from his past resurfacing and forcing him out of retirement. Such a storyline could preserve the emotional ending of The Equalizer 3 while still providing a believable reason for another chapter. Another interesting option involves expanding the franchise's world beyond McCall himself. Dakota Fanning's character, Emma Collins, was introduced in The Equalizer 3 and immediately became one of the film's most important supporting figures. She has connections to McCall and to Susan Plummer's legacy, so many fans have wondered whether she could eventually take on a larger role in the series. If The Equalizer 4 decides to explore that path, Collins could become an important bridge between the past and the future. She wouldn't necessarily replace McCall immediately, but she could gradually emerge as a major protagonist. That approach would allow Washington to remain central to the story while also preparing the franchise for the years ahead. Of course, there has also been discussion about a completely different direction. Some have suggested a prequel focusing on a younger Robert McCall. Such a project could explore his early years before the events of the first movie and reveal more about his background. Audiences know relatively little about many parts of his life, so there is certainly room to tell new stories in that period. Still, based on Washington's comments, it feels increasingly likely that the focus remains on direct sequels rather than a prequel. After all, fans are excited specifically because they want to see Washington return as McCall. His presence is the heart of the franchise, and it would be difficult to generate the same level of excitement without him. Another reason to feel positive about The Equalizer 4 and 5 is the strong creative relationship between Washington and Antoine Fuqua. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to stay in the loop with all the latest movie and series news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up, because I'll be bringing you more updates on upcoming movies before they even drop. So keep an eye out for that, along with the latest on your other favorite shows and movies. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.